I'm going to welcome our next speaker, Dr. Jennifer Bodley, to the stage.
Hi there, I'm Jenny Bodley, just Jenny Bodley. I'm not a doctor, but thank you so much for the introduction. I'm a librarian here at Seattle University, and as a librarian, my job is to teach information literacy, which includes how to find, evaluate, use, create, and communicate information. Today, I wanted to address misinformation in the climate crisis. And in my micro amount of time, I'm going to give you a charge to reflect on and modify how you consume information. So we have known for a minute that misinformation and disinformation is a problem more broadly. But why is it important to look at the problem of misinformation when discussing climate change? Well, misinformation can cause confusion and doubt around climate issues. It can cause people to be unsure of the urgency of the problem, and it can cause them to not even believe it's a real thing. Misinformation results in reduced public demand for mitigation policies, like reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and it can result in decreased public or political action. One of the biggest issues of misinformation is that it creates distrust in climate scientists and scientific evidence. President Obama famously said, "It is very hard for our democracy to function if we are operating on just completely different sets of facts," and misinformation creates those different sets of facts. Social media plays a crucial role in our news and information consumption. Most of us get our news through social media and spend significant amounts of time online. I want to look at this Instagram post as just one example. Scrolling through my Instagram feed, consisting of food, travel, and celebrity gossip posts, no judgment, I might see this post. It's a beautiful picture, it's colorful, the influencer is witty, the recipe looks easy, and the food looks delicious. It seems innocuous. But you might see hundreds of these in a row, mindlessly and passively consuming them. I know I can get sucked into long sessions of Reels or TikToks. But if you look closely, you'll see the hashtag sponsored and the hashtag AGA underscore NatGas. The last hashtag represents the American Gas Association. Natural gas and fossil fuel industry organizations pay influencers, often young people with large followings of foodies or cooking enthusiasts, to hype the benefits of cooking on a gas stove. This is in an effort to make cooking on gas seem like a requirement for better tasting food and successful cooking. It's a PR campaign to grow public support. And really, it's just an advertisement or a commercial. But in Reels and TikTok and other social media, it can be very difficult to spot these sponsored notations, smaller font, placement of the sponsored information. And even though there are guidelines for sponsored posts, many social media influencers don't adhere to these guidelines. And that just makes it really tough to spot. These sponsored posts are working undercover and consistently over time to change how we feel and we think. And that's not innocuous. I mentioned that I can get sucked into a long session of Reels, and let's be really honest, I'm not investigating to see what hashtags were used or if the word sponsored is any place. Do you all investigate what you look at? So what can you do? Probably the most important thing you can do is change your information consumption habits. Let's see less of this. Change from being a passive information consumer to an active information consumer. Do you have 200 tabs open in a browser? Do you mindlessly scroll? Do you let your emotions lead, like fear, vindication, and joy? Or do you just zone out and there is no intention? Maybe you're procrastinating. Challenge yourself to do better. Hold yourself accountable. Hide apps or set timers on your apps. Spend more time phone free. What else can you do? Well, when you're engaging with information, remember that climate change information is always transforming. There was a gradual transition from science denial to solutions denial. So claims that climate change isn't real are actually declining, but attacks on renewable energy are increasing. How misinformation looks online and social media will change as different platforms and technologies emerge. We're already seeing generative AI accelerate disinformation out there. If you are finding climate-related information online, be aware of cherry-picking data. Presenting some evidence while suppressing other evidence is common in micro-content. Micro-content is meant to be short and digestible, not robust, nuanced, and complete. Are these things easy to do? Some of them are, and I'd encourage you to be real with yourself. Some of these are easy to do. Some of them are not. But I challenge you to work on internalizing these good habits and change the way you consume information to fight the climate crisis. Thank you.